Hello everyone. So in this video I will be showing you how to create a DHCP server inside the Windows server. We need two things in this video. One, your DHCP server should be a domain controller. Sorry, we need two things in this video. One, we need Windows server which is configured as Active Directory Domain Services and it is also a domain controller, and it should also have one client machine inside this domain, okay, which is the Windows 10 machine. So what do we need? We need a Windows server. We need this server to be configured as domain controller and Active Directory services. Then we need a client which is under this domain services, domain controller, and under this domain we need a client. Okay, so if you have all these three prerequisites, then only continue this video. If you don't have all these prerequisites, watch the video for Active Directory, watch the video for domain controller, watch the video for how to add client in the domain controller. All of these three things are available in one single video, so you can watch one single video of domain controller part 1, and then you can directly jump to this video to how to see how to configure DHCP server. Okay, so let's go. So this is my server domain controller. I will give a password. Okay, so my server is turned on. This is the full screen you will see. Look, my server is already a DNS server. My server is already a Active Directory Domain Services server, and it is also configured as a domain called lab.local. The IP address is this. It's a static IP address. All the firewalls are off. So keep these all things in mind. Firewall off, static IP address, domain is configured. Okay. Now we will go to dashboard again. We will go to click add roles and features, and I will go to next. This is the home screen. You can read this. I will go to next. We need to add one role of DHCP server. So we will add that role. We don't need to add any external features. The DHCP role will automatically add its own features. Okay. So this is our main machine. And here you have DHCP option, right? These are the features it will automatically install. Okay. So add these features. We can click next. We don't need to add anything here because it already added the features. Now you can read this. What is a DHCP server? So DHCP server is a dynamic host configuration protocol that allows servers to assign or lease IP addresses to computers and other devices that are enabled as DHCP clients. So what does DHCP server do? It assigns the IP addresses. It gives IP address on lease, for example, for 1 day, for 8 days, for 1 hour. So it gives IP address on leases. It assigns automatically, and it the IP address can be given to computers, can be given to clients, devices, mobile phone, or whatever thing is whatever electronic device is configured as DHCP client will have these will get assigned by a IP address from a DHCP server. Deploying a DHCP server on the network provides computers and other TCP/IP based networks devices with valid IP address and additional configuration parameters. These devices need called DHCP options. Okay, we will see these all things in the while we define the while we configure the server. Okay, what is this? You should configure one static IP on this computer. So what is the prerequisite? We need to configure one static IP. Look at here. This static IP is already configured. So let's again go to features. Before you install DHCP server, you should plan your subnets, scopes, exclusions. Yeah, we have planned already. I will just show you at that time when we do this. So this installation takes a long time. So let's just wait. I will fast forward this. So it got installed. Okay, so we can directly click here complete DHCP configurations, or we will close from here. We will go here. Okay, we don't need anything here. We will go to here on this flag option. We will click here. We will click here complete DHCP configurations. So from here we can complete the configuration. I will click here. The configuration window opened. So what is it saying? Create the following security groups for delegation of DHCP server administrations. So it will create two security groups, one administrator, one user. And it is authorized DHCP server on target computer if domain joined. This will automatically authorize the target system. Okay, this one is failed, this one is done, and this one is failed. Okay, so it is saying the specified servers are already present in your system. It will not show fail, it will show done. So I have already present, so I don't need to worry about this thing. And after installing DHCP server, okay, after installing DHCP server, we will go to tools, we'll go to DHCP manager, this one. We need to do two, three things here. We will just do it as quickly as possible. I will make it full screen. This is my domain. I will expand this. Click here, drop down, click here. Okay, these are the server options. Look, I will not have any of these. Delete, yes, delete, yes, delete. Okay, yes. Scope, I will not have scope also. Yes. So when you newly install your DHCP role inside your server, you will be having like this. You will click here. You will be having like this. So like click here on this server options. Right click, configure options. You will click on router. Okay, we will need a router. First, let's give the IP address of router. Now, if you don't know the IP address of your router, just go here. Go to CMD. Basically, you need to write here your default gateway. Okay, so here I can give my server name. What is my server name? DC01. Okay, I will do resolve. This is my server name. Okay, I will give DNS server. I will give my again DC01 resolve add. Okay, this is my DNS server. It is adding DNS server. So DNS server added, router added, and we need one more here. DNS server domain name, something like that. We need domain name server also. Okay, this one. DNS domain name. Okay, here we need to give our domain name. What is our lab.local? You can see here. Okay, lab.local. So three things. First, DNS domain name. We need to give the DNS domain name. Okay, then we need to give DNS server. Look at here. This is the IP address. Just give a name. Name of the server DC01 is my name of the server, DNS server. Resolve. It will give the IP address. We can directly add here. Okay, I have already added. Then we need to go to router. Okay, router, inside router we need to add the router actually. Resolve, add, remove, apply. So for router we need to actually change this one. This is my router address. Okay, I will add it. I will apply. This is my router. Okay, this is my default gateway. I will show you my default gateway. Look, my default gateway is 192.168.40.2, and look at here. Now we need to click here on IPv4. Look, server option is done. Domain name is added. Domain server is added, and router is added. Now click here on IPv4 on this one. Right click here. Click on new scope. Okay. Go to new scope. Click here. Go to next. Now we can give any name to the scope. I will give this scope a name called. Uh, I will give a name as scope only. Okay. Scope has a name as scope. Now I will give a stat IP address and IP address. Now what does DHCP do? DHCP will give your client automatically IP address. Okay, it will automatically assign IP address to your client. So what IP address do you want it to assign to your client? Okay, so I will give 192.168.40.200. Okay, this is the start IP address I want it to start from 192.168.40.210. This now I want this DHCP server to give the IP address to the client, to assign the IP address to the client from this range only. If from this range, it should not go any upper or any lower. This IP address only I want it to assign. Let's go next. Now it is showing add exclusions. If you want to skip some certain IP addresses, for example, in this range, there is some IP address which is like assigned to a different server statically, manually, and you don't want that to assign to your different machine dynamically. So you can just add it as an inclusion here. So you can write only single IP address also. You can write multiple range IP address also here. Next, we need to keep it for 8 hours. Next, this is the validity of the IP address in 8 days. In 8 days, it will expire and it will give a new IP address. Okay, let's go next. I want to configure these options now. I mean, if we can configure later also, but I will do it now because we are doing it now. Next, it is asking for router. Let's give 192.168.40.2 is my router. Okay, add router. Next, and here I can give my server name DC01, DC DC01. Resolve. It already gave the IP address. Look, it will verify. Then I have one ADC also added in this. So I will give ADC01. Look at here, my ADC also added. I have two servers, right? ADC and DC. So you can, if you don't have ADC, you don't need to add this. If you give a name, it will already resolve. Okay, no problem. I still want to add. Okay. So next, now Win server. We don't have a Win server. We don't need this one. Next, I want to activate this now. We can activate now or we can activate later also. Next, finish. Now look at here. We have these are all the options in this scope. Okay, let's go to address pool. What is it saying? Address pool means the collection of addresses which it is going to use. So it is going to use from 200 to 210. Leaves how much addresses it has already given? None. Reservations, there are no reservations. Scope options, these are the options which added at the starting of this doing. Domain name, domain servers, and router. Okay, and policy, there is no policy yet. Now, what do we do? What do we need to do? Just refresh this. Refresh. Now, let's go to our client machine. Resume this machine. So, let's just log in into our client machine. This is my client machine. Okay. Inside this, so my command prompt is open. Now, let's first check the IP address here. Is it assigned automatically or not? Look, I gave range from 200 to 210. Look at here, 200 to 210. Is it having 200? No, it is not. So how do we configure our client to have the dynamic addresses from our server? Let's just go to ncpa.cpl. Now remember, your client should be a member of your server. I will show you how my client is a member of my server. I will go to tools. I will go to users and computers. I will go to computers. Look at here. Client DC01 is my client of. This is my client. This is my client. It is already inside my server. So it should be a client of your server. Now click here on this, right click. This is our network adapter. Right click, go to properties. We have this IP address statically assigned. We have manually assigned this IP address. We need to remove this. So when I click on properties of network adapter, it is asking me admin ID password. Why? Because this client is a member of our domain and our domain doesn't allow us to make changes without their permission. Click on here, IPv4 properties, click on here, click here, obtain an IP address automatically, okay? And again here also click obtain IP address automatically, sorry, DNS server automatically. Just listen my voice, my advice, you will be thanking me, okay? Click okay, done. What is it showing? It is still showing lab.local. Now listen me carefully. If it is not showing lab.local or your domain name here, it will. If it is showing only network, listen me. Go to edit here. Okay. If you are using VMware, then only you follow these instructions. Okay. If you are using VMware and you are getting an error, or you are just getting network and not getting lab.local, go to edit. Go to virtual network editor. Then come here, click on here, whatever your IP is. My IP is inside this 40 range, so I will click here. If your IP is inside 50 range, you can click here also. Look at here, what is my IP range? 40 range. So I will click there. Where did it go? Again, let's go to network editor. So my IP is in 40 range. I will click on here. Okay, and I will click here change settings because it is showing privileges. Change settings. I will give a yes prompt. It will show a prompt, and look, it is showing. Now here I will have an option called inside this one. Okay, inside this one, inside 40.0. Again, it will give you a new option. Don't go anywhere. Click here. Whatever your IP addresses are, click on that only. 40. Here, use local DHCP service to distribute IP addresses. So uncheck this one. It will be checked. Uncheck this one. Apply it. Click OK. Then disable your this card. So it is working now. Click on here, disable this network device, give your admin ID password. Again, then enable your device. It will show. I am guaranteeing you it will show. So after making it automatically, if you remember, we just made our IP address and our DNS server automatically. Okay. Now after making automatically, let's see if it is changed or not. Look, it is changed, right? It is showing in my range only, right? Look, whatever my range is. My range was from 200 to 200, and so it took first IP address from here. Okay. Now what will I, if it is not showing, again I will showing you after disabling VMware settings, after doing your IP settings, it is still showing, it is still not showing IP address from your range. Then click here, ipconfig slash release. Use this command to remove your current IP address. Okay, look, now there is no IP address, no default gateway. Then again ipconfig slash renew. Now it will give a new IP address from our current range which we given in the server. Okay. Now look, this is our new IP. This is the IP address it has given, right? So that's how you configure a DHCP server to provide IP addresses to your own clients. Thank you for watching the video. Like, share, subscribe. Next video will be on group policy and Linux operating system, how to install it. And there are two more topics which you don't even know about it, and I will create a videos on those. So those are bonus topics. You don't even remember the topic name itself. So please wait for my next video. Bye bye. So hi all. I forgot to tell you how does DHCP actually work. So in DHCP we do on the full form dynamic host or configuration protocol. It gives network service to assign IP address automatically. Okay. Now how does DHCP work? There is a call or DORA process. It first discover, okay, client is requesting for IP. If a client, for example, our own client machine, this client machine is requesting for IP addresses, so it will first discover the request, and then it offers the server IP address with configuration. Okay, so it will provide different IP addresses. Client says, okay, I will accept this IP address. Then client send the request that I will accept the IP address. Client will accept the request to use the IP address. Then the DHCP confirms and assigns that IP to the client. Okay, so the DORA process is important. It might be asked in the interview or anything in the milestone exam also. So remember the DORA process also. Okay, thank you. Bye.